Hello everyone, it's Riffraff Hornhelm, and I'm back again with another presentation from the Dwarven Vault. Today we have a monster review. Today we're going to take a look at, another one of my favorites. I think it's a lot of fun in an outdoor adventure. It's not something that us dwarves run into very often, there's reasons for that, obviously, since it's outdoors, but it does spend a lot of time underground, just beneath the surface of the ground. And that is the bulette. The bulette, or sometimes referred to as the land shark, is a really kind of a cool creature. They can be one or two. If it's two, it's because it's a mated pair. And they live in a variety of different things, but you typically find them in like the plains, edge of forest areas, but they burrow underground. Part of the reason they're called a land shark is that these huge creatures, and they're be like 15, 20 feet long, will have a pectoral ridge that sticks up and breaches the ground like a shark fin. And that, of course, gives you a fighting chance at seeing them if they're going to come up out of the ground, which they can do in a very interesting way. So, this creature has a -2 armor class. It is a tank, but that's also because it has both a soft area that is at, I think it's an armor class 6, and its eyes, which are at armor class 4. All of those areas are small and difficult to hit. The rest of it, if you're hitting it at -2, well, that's a big advantage right there. It is a 9 hit dice creature. Once again, hit dice, 1 to 8 hit points per hit dice. So, pretty powerful creature. It's got a lot of hit points. And they're not very smart. They're like animal intelligence. And they have some interesting habits. One of them is of course, that it can travel, digging its way through underground, and it can move at a good rate. And you could see this, almost like a shark fin coming at you. They can jump from the earth up to 8 feet in height. For something that is like I said, a 15, 20 foot long creature, it's a very large creature and built like a tank. It doesn't even have to eat you, it just has to fall on you. Wow. These are fortunately very rare creatures and very unusual to run across them. I have, as a dungeon master, used them as singular creatures for an attack on a party and so forth. And these beasts are hard to beat, just because they have such a low armor class. Now, they don't have any special resistance to magic, so if you have powerful magics with you, you can certainly do much more with this. It doesn't have any special resistance to fire or cold, etc., etc. Now, it's really interesting to us dwarves, because one of the specific things that bulettes do is avoid dwarves. They don't like dwarves. We don't, apparently don't taste good to them. Boy, that really breaks me up. But they love halflings. And they'll go out of their way to, rip up halfling homes and burrows and whatnot, and they snap them up. Yeah, okay, it's a bad thing, but it's funny. I have to say that if you're watching it, it's funny. But the bulette is, fortunately, not much of an issue for us dwarves. So, as a dungeon master using this as a encounter for a party, it's a pretty good creature. And in talking to the greater Hornhelm community and asking them about the bulette, they said, well, hey, come on. This is a fun creature. It really is. We like it. It's powerful, but it's not too powerful. So we put it in the class of about a 5, right, kind of in the middle. I would agree with that. And certainly the players that we talked to, those who had played them within a dungeon, they said, well, as a dwarf, we don't really run into these, but in the games that we've played, well, it's not that tough, but you don't want to let it get you, that's for sure. You have to be careful around them, and it takes a long time to wear them down because they're hard to hit. And they actually came back and said about a 5 or 6. Meh. They're a tough creature. They're a cool creature. They look interesting, as you can see. And they were also one of the iconic creatures in the early days of D&D that were part of the ones, the bevy of ones that were created with the game. But I really like the Bulette, and I think I may have to use one again soon. Pay no attention to this, players. So we hope you found today's presentation interesting, entertaining, all that kind of good stuff. If you did, please be so kind as to leave us a like, drop us a comment, share with your friends, consider subscribing. Most of all, come back and see us again real soon. Thanks everyone for your support, and remember, dwarves rock!